it would be wonderful to have a genius or excellent, but
Yes.
that's something we can achieve later when they sub-specialize.
Yes.
The important thing for me is that I need to safe standard doctor.
Yes, yes. And now the point get clear. And about the fraction of the grades from first year to sixth year for each year, part of a grade of the total grade out number of a question in order to make ranking at the graduation of the students. Is there any specific?
Yeah, because we rank them at the end of our phase one, so the students are ranked then, and then they go on, they do a fourth year exam, the intermediate professional exam,
Yes.
then they do their finals, and so we look at the performance in finals and the intermediate exam, and then in how they did in phase one, and then we have an algorithm that works out their final ranking by the time they get to finals.
So at the three stage there is a ranking at end of phase one and fourth year and
Yes.
fifth year. Oh,
No, it's just at the end of phase one,
yes.
and then for the finals in the final year.
Just two rankings
Yes.
and
yes.
mixed between them.
And they have the same weight. They have the same weight or different weights
That's the question.
for the first one, for the intermediate, and for the final.
It is different, yes.
Yes.
I'm not actually involved with the ranking process. So before that was done by Stuart Peterson,
Yes.
and now it's done by David Heaney, who's our new Director of Medical Education. So it's actually above me, really. So I deal with the assessment and the marks and that, but I have not been involved with the actual ranking of the students.
Thank you.
نعم أنا عندي شيء آخر على البوست جراجويت. إذا خلص؟
على assessment على
لا
assessment.
لا محمد أزل بس بتخلصوا أنتم بعدين أقول له أنا. بدكم شيء بعد؟
لا بالنسبة لي حاليا.
I think there is no more question.
Can I clarify something?
Yes.
Just to talk about the possible visit. If you wanted to come to Leicester, you remember we sent an invitation with the list of the people who we'd like to get a visa. We didn't specify a date. We put an arbitrary date just
Yes.
for the purpose of obtaining the visa. That is not the date that we expect you to come.
Yes.
What we said, once we have those dialogue discussions, we can agree on what's the convenient date for you and for staff here at the medical school.
Yes.
What we can, I've had a conversation with Ray about the best possible time for the assessment team to come in, so they will have the opportunity to see how exams taking place, how to organize an exam, and how to review an exam. And the best time that we can offer, Ray and his team kindly offer to have the assessment team, is the period from the 25th of July to the 8th of August. This is a period of 2 weeks. During this period, you will have almost see all the element of the process in phase one, of the examination, of the review, of the setting the standard, and
We go through the whole thing in that time.
the whole thing. So I did receive the email from Dr. محسن yesterday, but I really just wanted to make it very clear. That's the time we're talking about.
Yes,
And
yes.
If your team is keen on coming to Leicester and have this experience, that's the time when it will be most convenient and most beneficial for you. So I will leave that with you in terms of, you have the invitation letter. You can presume by now you should have applied for the visa, but we need like a notice and a month notice. At least a month. We need to know by end of June if you are coming or not.
Yes, yes.
So what about the other people for the
Because that will not be with Ray. I need to talk to other people and other members of the medical education department to organize those because the other colleagues will be more interested in shadowing and attending teaching.
Yes, yes.
And for that, I need to speak to other colleagues in the medical education department to give us dates. So for every group of you that have a specific task, we will link them with their counterpart here. And that's why the time will be different. Just get the visa, keep it with you until your time arrives that you're going to need it.
Because when the visa would come, I think on Wednesday we have our passport and the visa, if it is approved or not. And because we have people to shadow the modules leaders and module staff and while the modules are running. So I think, is it open to the end of July or end of June, the modules, or just...
Our teaching finishes for phase 1 modules. The teaching finishes really the end of May.
End of May.
So the time that Mohammed's talking about is when we run our resit exam. So that's really for assessment only, because you can see the whole assessment process then running.
Yes.
But for teaching, that would have to be in term time.
Yes.
Phase 1. So that would have to be a different time. Phase 2 teaching will be going on, of course, though. So the clinical side will always be taught. They have a very long year.
Tomorrow we are meeting with the rest of the department, and I will be asking for specific dates for you for the different components. But from your end, what you can help us and help yourself, if you can make a list from those 15 people. You say, this is the number of the assessment. These are the people going to go into assessment. These are the people going to go to do the shadowing. And these are the people who are, for example, going to go and do something about research. You just divide according to their role in your committee, in your medical education department. Accordingly, we can plan things. And once this 15 obtain their visa, then we can send you an invitation for the other 15. The important thing is that the visas are with you.
Yes.
You take the visa, and then we can agree on the dates for individual members of the team.
Okay. Because I think it is soon in the group for shadowing. I think it should be within the next 2 weeks.
I will ask tomorrow if we can get some of you but in May. I think that will be great. That will be great. Well, I'll ask for that.
Sorry, one last thing. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaykum assalam.
If any of the assessment committee, and his name is didn't mention in the previous invitation, and would like to add him, we can make a special invitation or isolated invitation for these names, 1, 2, 3 names, whatever you would like, in order to apply for the visa and add them to assessment committee that's supposed to come in July. This is particularly for the assessment committee, if you have any extra names, apart from these 15 names.
We already have another list. We already have another list which is not had been invited. So we can.
It will be sent.
It will be sent once you get the visa. Just let us know. We will send you the other 15.
Yes.
بس احنا ما حابين ندز لكم اياها لان بيها الدكتور محمد سعيد ما بدنا يجي.
رحم الله والديك.
But the important thing, I know this period between the 25th of July and 8th of August. أنا أعرف هاي فترة رمضان راح تصير بيها. فخلوا على بالكم هذه الشغلة، بس لربما لكم الأجر والثواب، لربما لازم تعوضوه في وقت ثاني.
لا هو يجون إقامة.
العيد 9/8 يعني قبل العيد.
تعيدون ويانا إن شاء الله إن يجون.
خلاص عندي بس حكاية بس.